Hi, everyone. How are you all keeping and navigating? The end of November is finally here, and we are on the threshold of Christmas mania and Christmas chaos and shopping and all of that palaver and chaos that comes with the Christmas period. So I am going to pull some cards today for us all as a time for us to really pull our energy back to ourselves right now. There is so much happening energetically within our own bodies, within Mother Earth, and around us. So if we cannot get pulled into the madness that is Christmas and really pull the energy back into the heart of us and really take a moment to pause and to breathe and to really ask ourselves what is truly important here as we embark upon the Christmas period. And with that in mind and with that intention of stillness, of a moment of calm and centeredness to bring us into December, I will call in my angels and my guides to bring through some card readings for us today. So as always, I channel highest loving light beings, celestial beings, angels, archangels, my galactic beings, and my soul family, to channel and bring through information for clients. I'm also hosting and co-creating a beautiful sacred container this December called the Cosmic Mother. It's going to be very powerful, very potent healing space for women. So if you would like any information on that, I'll put my email below and you can send me a little line and I'll send you on all the information. It is a 5-module program with 7 live Zoom calls that will be in a group circle. And this will take place over the month of December. And it also will be recorded exclusively for that group. So should you not be able to make one of the Zoom calls, you can tap in and listen back. So with that in mind, calling in our higher selves, our angels and our guides to bring through what needs come through for us today in highest love and light. Okay, nice card, balance. So just what I am saying, not just what I am saying at the beginning, as we embark on December, the cusp, the eve, so to speak, of November right now. Some of you may have even your Christmas decorations up and you're starting to prepare for all of the activities and all the busyness and all the financial strains that come with Christmas period. You're being asked by your angels and your guides, your higher self, to remember through this process. Balance is key here to peaceful mind, to not allow yourself to be pulled into the drama too much, to pull your energy back and to center. And how do we do that? We pull our energy from other people, outer distractions, mind as well. The ego is a very powerful, very potent, and very relentless distraction, and allowing ourselves to move back into the self. How do we do that? We do that through stillness. We do that through practice. We do that through catching ourselves, present moment awareness. The only time in space that we have any responsibility, any control over is this moment right now, the present moment. The past is gone, future has not happened yet. So we can spend our time worrying and living in the past, being anxious and looking into the future. However, we are wasting our energy in those moments. Now, the breath. The breath is bringing the universal life force energy through the nose, through the esophagus, down deep into the lungs, bringing your awareness like a wave. I love to hear and visualize as I'm concentrating on some breath work, the inhalation and the exhalation. If you are beginning on your journey, you find it hard to slow the mind down, find it hard to calm and center, then I'm being shown beautiful waves sitting by the ocean, popping some ocean music on. There's plenty to choose from on YouTube. Sitting and being, listening to the waves, the ebb and the flow, the inhalation and the exhalation allows and brings the body into a natural organic center. The body knows what it needs to do to get balance. It's the mind that comes into play all the time, the conditioning and the habits and the patterns within the mind that is continuously pulling us out of ourselves with a million billion distractions. You're being asked to recognize, catch yourself when your cortisol levels are going high, when your adrenal glands are pumping through the body, when your body is in fight and flight and reactive emergency mode, jumping out of the skin, jumping out of your sleep at night, heart racing, feeling anxious. These are all signs that your body is in too much stress, too much outside stimulation. This is a huge cry for your body to listen to me, to center, to calm, to catch my mind and bring first step of peace, the breath, listening to the breath, bringing and pulling that into the body. So the ebb and flow, so we can see the water here. We can see the love and the sensualness, beautiful love heart. We can also see here, this can be, I'm being shown too, it can be represented as the moon, the full moon, in all her beautiful feminine body. The full moon is the governor of our emotions. The full moon is also deeply immersed with the menstrual cycle of women and our alchemy and our power within our wombs. When we become naturally aligned with the flow of nature, we will start to menstruate under the full moon again. This is a huge, powerful confirmation for us. If you are and beginning to zinc with the full moon and the cycles of the moon, this is showing you and telling you that your body is releasing a lot of distortions, a lot of distractions, a lot of unveiling and unraveling of untruths, and you are beginning to reset and realign your body with the cosmic womb and with the beautiful lunar cycles of our beautiful moon, our feminine body. This also can be represented in this picture of the sun. The sun is our masculine body. The sun is revered and honored for centuries and centuries through many, many cultures across the world. Central and South America, they call the sun the Inti Raymi. This is dated back to Inca and the Aztec times. They recognized and revered the power of the sun. The sun is our source of nourishment, our source of light, our source of power. There is so much healing codes that we are receiving from the sun right now. The sun is the father energy. So this is letting us know there is a perfect balance starting to happen right now in many of us between the feminine body of the moon and the masculine body of the sun. So allowing yourself to sit either in beautiful sunlight or even, you know, in Ireland here, there's not a lot of sunlight, but even allowing yourself to be outside for some hours during the day, immersing yourself in nature and feeling the light of the sun. Also the light when it hits the water, and there's a lot of healing energy that we can receive with the water. And water as well being a feminine body. So there is something right now very active I'm being shown between the sunlight when it's hitting beautiful, you know, those lights shimmering off the water, that is very potent and very powerful to sit and observe and be in that stillness and receive that energy from nature. Nature is very potent for clearing our field, very potent for clearing a toxic mind, for helping us again, like the breath, come back into reset and come back into balance. This card is also showing me the dream space. So I did a little video last week about people and sleep. There's a lot of disturbances happening in our sleep. Many of us are healing our bodies as we sleep. We are doing and experiencing a lot of astral traveling in our sleep. So becoming aware, even having a journal beside your bed, jotting down your dreams, your higher self, your angels, your guides, your oversoul aspect of you, and even loved ones that have passed may be visiting you right now during your dream time. And when you wake from your sleep, that's when you have the most memory. And then as you wake and move out into your routine of the day or get up to the toilet at night, they dissipate and dissolve. So if you have a little notebook or something beside your bed and you're waking during the night, you're waking in the morning, just jot down whatever information you remember, because this can bring through a lot of relevant messages for you and bring through a lot of guidance and clarity for you. So remembering as well here that any difficulties that you are navigating through right now, so many of us are deep in shadow work. We are deep integrating our traumas. We are feeling very, very uncomfortable. We are being pushed to beyond our threshold right now as more and more light is entering our bodies. More and more of the suppression and the darkness, which is unloved energy, is coming up to the surface. This is resurfacing through our mental thought processes, through our physical bodies, and through our emotional bodies. So anything that we can do to bring about balance and clarity is going to be very, very potent and very healing right now. So the back of this card reads, balance. All is perfect just the way it is. Own and acknowledge every part of you, and you will find the balance you are seeking. So this is also letting us know that the balance of the feminine and the masculine aspects of us, the moon and the sun, how they play together in that field. The earth is in our center. There's all balance here. We're balancing the feminine and the masculine aspects of us, also balancing the light and the dark within us. Nobody can navigate through this ascension process. Nobody can move into a space of eternal peace and joy unless they are willing to look at those deepest, darkest, most painful, most distorted aspects within themselves. That is where true healing lies. That's where our demons lie. The demons are not the ones around with, that we would have taught growing up with I was always afraid of the horns and the pitchfork and the spiky tail. The demons live within us. They are our traumas. They are our unloved parts of us. And when we learn to make peace with them, to recognize that they are actually, in fact, an aspect of us that has experienced deep neglect and is calling and crying out to be held in love, to be heard, to be seen, to be expressed out through our bodies, then we can receive them in loving arms and dissolve and transform them into light. So balance, very important. I'm going to have a sip of my tea. I'm going to pick another card. I said I will pick 3, and I don't want the video to be too long. However, sometimes a lot of information comes through. Oh, good news. I have not picked this card, I don't think, ever before. So this is a nice card to have. So if you are waiting on some news, this is a very positive sign. Good news. I'm just going to read the card first of all, and then feel into the energy around it. This is a new card for me coming up. Good news is coming your way. Something beautiful is about to manifest. Feelings of elation like you're on a cloud. It's time to celebrate all the wonder and the beauty of your life. So this is a nice message for us that we are going to start receiving and enjoying the fruits of our labor. So if you have been working hard towards a goal, maybe this goal is a financial goal, maybe it is a target, or it is something that you want to achieve. Maybe this is a goal within yourself to release aspects of you, to pull in new energy, a new project. I'm getting a lot about our creation around a project for many. Or also many obstacles that you've been hoping to finally dissolve and overcome. This is a very beautiful energy to let us know that this is happening right now. Your good news is not on the way, it's already being rebirthed and transformed within you. Also getting a huge mirror. We are mirrors for everything that's happening outside of us and how we are reacting to it, the triggers, everything that is being, we are reflecting it out from us. So if we are having something within us, there's a huge shift and change occurring within us, a breakthrough within us, and we are reflecting this outside of us. So for example, maybe we had a belief system, or we've had a financial block, or we felt like we have been unworthy of something. And we finally integrated and navigated and came through and discovered and unearthed within us the core roots of that distortion in our field, because it is a distortion, because poverty is a distortion of our mindset. It may be that it's coming from a long line in the generational field. It may be that it's coming up through our DNA and through our bloodline, that our families and our families have been experiencing a lot of poverty, and then it's in our mindset. But then we're navigating and we are integrating so much within ourselves, we unearth and discover, oh, a root core belief within me that I'm able to hold and love and release. And that means that abundance block is finally cleared. So we are no longer projecting that abundance block, not even aware in our conscious mind, but deep within the psyche. That is being released from us. So then we are projecting a beautiful belief in abundance again. Remembering the universe says yes. One of the laws of the universe is to say yes to everything that we are resonating. So we're no longer resonating in an energy or in a bloodline or in an ancestral or a karmic line. We have cleared that. So now we are really truly stepping into our worth. We are stepping into our sovereignty. We are stepping into our belief that we are deserving. So that abundance is going to be projected out, and the universe says yes, and that's going to be coming back into us 10,000 fold. So there is a lot I'm being shown of roots. I'm getting like the roots of trees you know, like you'd see in the forest, a tree may have been cut down. It's no longer having any growth. It's no longer, you know, there's no longer any fruit. There's no longer any substance or you know, harvest that we will receive from it. But it's still a big gnarly stump in the ground that's got these huge roots that are going right in and maybe taking and disturbing the other nutrients and the other trees around it from them receiving nutrients. And you can't pull it up out of the ground because it wants to stay there. This is what I'm being shown energetically is now being easily pulled up. We are seeing the core issues, the core reasons for us wanting to hold on to these roots and where they originate from. And this is being released and dissolved from us right now. We may not even be consciously aware of the stories attached to this. However, we are feeling the resonance, the emotional resonance of this, and this is enough. We're feeling the emotions around it. We're acknowledging that through us, and that is enough for it to move out of our bodies. So really good news around this. Also, this beautiful young woman, to me, she looks like she is beginning into young womanhood. This is also showing me fertility. It's showing me the angel wings. It's also bringing into my awareness, which is very concurrent right now with many mothers that I work with and hold space for around our young adolescents. Young men and young women are really starting to break out of old institutionalized systems. This is schooling systems, this is college systems, this is, you know, our educational systems, also our corporate systems, are working, you know, 40 hours a week, living for the weekend, getting the mortgage, retiring at 65 or 66. That is, and I'm really being shown now for 2023, there's going to be a huge breakdown of all of those systems because it's no longer resonating with our younger children, with our younger adults. They are seeing and smelling the bullshit. That's what I'm being shown quite directly. It's no longer resonating for them. They've had enough. They're seeing through the bullshit. They're seeing and unveiling the truth of systems, and they are going to collapse. So there is going to be a huge sense of rebirth and freedom for our next generation to come. This is not going to come without resistance, any type of revolution, any type of collapse of a system will always cause a huge stirring. You know, we cannot collapse a building If we want to rebuild something, there has to be a collapse of a building. I'm being shown as well, literally foundations being pulled out of buildings. So I'm shown foundations being pulled out of systems, and it's going to be very fast. If we pull the foundation out of a huge building, it's going to instantly collapse. This is the metaphor I'm being shown for systems around this. So there's going to be a lot of younger adolescents. So I'm getting like teens, late teens, early 20s, voicing their truth, stepping into their power, a revolution, not as in a war revolution with weapons, but a revolution of voice, a revolution of stepping into their power, calling their own energy back. I'm really seeing this moving forward for 2023, and I will absolutely celebrate in that too, because so much systems of our world are built on absolute corruption, and it is time for that to change. And one more card for December. Let's keep it a little bit more lighthearted now, because it's going very deep. Okay. Uno más, por favor. All right, this one is really being drawn. Divine will. Oh, there's loads wanting to come out. A lot of energy wants to be shared. Okay, there's two. So emotions and divine will. I'm going to go with divine will. It's interesting. These two cards come out together, stuck together for a client I had here the other day for a soul reading. So there's still another message for these two cards. So divine will, this is to do with us, as I was just relaying there, not just trying to get rid of that word just. There's some words in our language system that put a suppression and inhibit us in our wording and our energy, because everything is energy and our words carry energy also. And I feel just is one that kind of nips and lessens the power of our word. So divine will, this is to show our power, our stepping into our power. So I mentioned earlier the laws of the universe. There are 7 laws of the universe. I'm not going to go through them today, but however, if you are interested in that, you could check out Deepak Chopra has done a lot of writings on the laws of the universe, and he has one called The 7 Spiritual Laws, and it's very, very helpful. It's a small book, and it's something you can dip into now and again, and it makes a lot of sense. So one of the laws of the universe is divine will. So we are, when we're recognizing our own energy, when we are recognizing that we are souls, spiritual beings having a physical experience, we are calling home our power to ourselves. We are beginning to recognize that we are responsible for ourselves, our actions, how we live and play in this world and in this field. So the law of divine will is that nobody has any power over us unless we choose to allow them to have power over us. Nobody has any power to come in and step into our field unless we are allowing them to do that on some level. So this is divine will. Your life is unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. Trust. Let go of fear and apprehension. You are protected and eternally blessed. Have patience, all manifest in perfect timing. So also I am getting, you know, I'm talking about divine will, I'm talking about stepping into your power. Nobody has the right to oppose that. However, I am getting, you know, the energy of the patriarch system that has come in and oppressed so many of us. I'm getting the energy of slavery and how that has come in and created havoc on so many. But I'm also getting that trusting your soul, the divine will of your soul. So when we come in and we have different experiences and different lifetimes, there is an aspect of us that if we have experienced a lot of oppression and a lot of pain and suffering, there is an energy there within our soul that shows on some level to experience that level of separation, however it was, in order to remember and wake up the soul self. So it's only through aspects of suffering can we ever really truly unearth and discover the jewels that lie within us, the soul that is within us. So for example, if we are living a very happy, very contented life, everything is easy, there's always a flow, everything is handed to us on a silver platter, we're not going to look for anything within us. We're not going to question anything around us. We're not going to get that fire ignited within our souls. This is why the balance of the light and the dark is here. The dark serves its purpose. So if we have experienced a lot of oppression from others outside of us, we can choose to play the role of a victim mentality. We can choose to say, yes, what has happened to me? I've experienced pain, I've experienced abuse, I've experienced trauma, I've experienced a lot of perpetration from other people. We can choose to step into that victim mentality and live in that. But when we stay in that victim mentality, we are blaming somebody else for everything that has happened to us. And yes, that is fair enough. If that is your truth, then that is your truth. However, if you're choosing to stay in that, then you cannot ever step out of it. Because when you are a victim, you are powerless. Somebody else has come in and done something to you, taken their power or taken your power away from you. You are staying in that victim mode, you are staying in suffering, you are stuck. So that energy is stuck through that. However, we can look at this from the soul aspect, not the physical personality aspect. What can my soul learn from this experience? So, you know, the harshest, most toughest adversities that people have overcome through centuries, you know, the masters, the gurus that we have through centuries, never attain that knowledge through an easy life. They attain that knowledge through huge oppression and huge suffering. But what they did is they refused to allow that to step them and push them into a victim mentality. Maybe they were there for some time and then they recognized, okay, if I'm going to stay in this mentality, I'm not going to ever get out of it. So what it does is that suffering pulls us deeper into ourselves, and then we find our heart, we find our soul, we start to question other people's judgments on us, and then we start to unearth and unravel and ignite the truth that is within us, that we are divine sovereign beings. So this is what divine will is about: rediscovering and unearthing that truth and that light that we are, that nobody can touch. Nobody can touch our soul. Nobody can take our soul from us. They can suppress it. They can dampen it. They can, you know, it can be, you know, smothered down, so to speak, with many, many layers and layers of hurt. However, nobody can quench that light, and it's always going to be there. And part of your journey, should you choose whatever pathway you're on, at any given moment, you can make that choice to step out of the victim mentality and start to step into your truth and discover that your divine will is that whatever I choose to put my intention and attention on, I can bring myself back and unearth all the untruths that are within me and discover that I am a beautiful being of light, worthy of unconditional love. So it is an unraveling. However, the first step with this is also beginning to recognize your divine will, your divine power is within you, and nobody can take that away from you. And finally, quickly, I'm going to go through the emotion card, and this is also again around the full moon and how she governs the tides, the emotional bodies. It says, you are awash with unexpressed emotions. Say exactly what you feel, and it is safe for you to speak your truth. So this card coincides with divine will, because when we are making a decision to step out of conditioning, step out of other people's expectations of us, step out of worrying about other people's judgments on us, then we are starting to step into our power and into our sovereignty. But that is something that will create a lot of emotion. So a lot of suppression and a lot of belief systems and a lot of structures will start to unravel within us, and we will start to purge out the emotional attachments to them. So people's expectations of us, we will start to release and unravel them, and we will start to find our own journey and start to resonate and follow through on what is right for us. On this pathway, it's going to be a journey within, and allowing yourself to be exactly where you're at in that moment, allowing yourself to feel the emotions you're feeling as you're navigating through those moments is very vital. A huge part of stepping out of the victim mode and into the sovereign I am state, recognizing and calling back that power. A lot of that is about speaking your truth, stepping into your power, saying no, having boundaries. And then when you're surrounded, and if you're surrounded with people that are not resonating with you, not holding you in the love and the respect that you deserve, that will create confrontation. That will, as I said before, the foundation being pulled out, there will be a breakdown and a deconstruction of a lot of relationships. And even this can be in the workplace, this can be in relationship, this can be in your day-to-day life. This effect will bring up a lot of emotions, but these are emotions that are suppressed and held so long within the residual energy of the body that it is needed to come out. So inviting your guides, your angels, the message here I'm getting is say exactly what you feel at that moment when you're feeling it. It is safe for you to speak your truth. And remembering too, your truth is not the same as everybody else's truth. I said this to some of my friends this morning. When you are looking at, I say, a picture, a painting, you're all looking at the painting. It's the same painting. It's got the same drawing. It's got the same picture, same colors. But from where each and every person is standing, from their perspective, from their life stories, from their attachments, they are receiving something different from that picture and that painting. Each and every one of them are receiving what is their truth from that painting. So nobody else is to say that's not the truth. This is the truth. This is why a lot of confrontation, a lot of arguments, and a lot of everything happens in life of discontentment is when we are trying to force our truth onto others. We need to begin to recognize and realize that we're all coming from our own perspective. What our truth is may not be somebody else's. And instead of trying to force our truth onto others, let's hold space for them, let's respect them, let's not judge them, and let's not move into a deep confrontation. Let's have a resonance of love and respect for each other, because as we are navigating through life and as we are releasing and letting go of the density, the darkness within us, our truths are going to change. So what I believe to be the truth about who I am and my place in the world is changing very fast. It's changing from month to month because I am unearthing and unraveling more of the light within me. So then that is projecting out and I'm seeing things differently. I'm seeing more of the truth of it. So be respectful of each other as we are shifting and changing through this. So a little bit deeper than I expected on this a little start into the month of December. However, I hope whatever information I have relayed and brought through holds some resonance and some support for you right now. I will pop my email below if you like the work that I do and the energy that I bring, and you would like to work with me for the month of December, then please send me a message on the email address below, and I will gladly send you on all the information about the Cosmic Mother. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.